A lot of Americans have been noticing some strange occurrences with their Facebook accounts lately. Everything from feeling like you're being listened to, people noticing weird occurrences on their children's Facebook accounts, and also some people that had an account for over 17 years getting it deleted with no explanation, no reason, and losing years and years of family photos and memories. Let's try to figure out what's going on here. This first video really blew my mind. This guy is going to show how repeating the same phrase will actually change what shows up on your Facebook feed, specifically talking about Facebook Marketplace. Watch what happens when he says this specific keyword and then refreshes his Facebook Marketplace feed.
I can prove to you guys that Facebook listens to everything you say. Look at the phone. Emily, move the phone over. See, this is random stuff. I want to buy a laundromat. Laundromat.
The second he refreshes, one of the top results is a laundromat for sale. It's not like he sat there saying used car. Obviously, there's lots of used cars for sale on Facebook Marketplace, but laundromats? That's pretty wild. In this next clip, someone actually saw the video we just watched together and decided to test it out for himself because it's so hard to believe. And watch what happened when he did it.
All right, I'm going to try this. I want to buy a PlayStation 5 controller. PlayStation 5 controller. Here's a PlayStation 5 right there and a controller. I want to buy a, let's see. I want to buy a new house. New house. Right there. There's a house. Another house. Look at that. Yeah, this is so creepy.
Now I want to share with you a story from a mother that had a crazy realization that a conversation with her little daughter was somehow used to serve her ads inside of Facebook. And to her, that means only one thing. They must be listening to her conversations with her daughter. Let's listen to the story.
I want to talk about Facebook for a second. I realize that our phones listen to us. I'm not ignorant. I guess I freely give up my privacy whenever I sign up for Facebook and have a smartphone. But what I didn't realize is that I also gave up my child's right to privacy by getting her an iPhone and allowing her to sign up for Facebook. Let me explain. Last night, my husband and I were looking for rooms in Puerto Rico for an upcoming trip that we have. And my daughter was sitting on the floor listening to our conversation, jealous that we were going and she wasn't going to be able to go. Today, she sends me this. Our phones listen because y'all were talking about where to stay for vacation. Now she sends me a video of what's showing on her feed on Facebook. She didn't pull up any information on her phone about Puerto Rico or where to stay. So this is on her phone strictly from a conversation that she had with her parents. So at this moment, I'm like, I wish I was an attorney because, right to privacy and a minor, something ain't right here. Again, I know as her parent, I am probably at fault for allowing her to have Facebook and probably allowed her to give up some kind of right to privacy when she got it. It's just highly bothersome to me because if they can access our conversations without us knowing, then what's stopping them from accessing our video at any time? And what's being done with that information? What do I do? Continue to just go along with it? Because they knew what they were doing when they made these iPhones and they made these social media apps. People can't put them down. It's your social life. Way different than it was in the 90s.
Yeah, it sure is very different. What do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so this next video comes from tech in her step on TikTok. And she is desperately trying to warn everyone that uses Facebook about this creepy new update they're releasing. And according to her, they're trying to trick you into giving them permission to have access to all of your private photos. Not just photos actually, but videos too. And the way they word everything is very unclear, unspecific, and is going to have a lot of people falling for accepting the terms and conditions without even realizing that they just gave Facebook full permission to spy on their photos.
Facebook wants access to the photos on your phone, even the ones you haven't posted. In the newest Facebook update, when you go and create a story, you are now prompted with something called cloud processing, which sounds very innocent, but may turn into a privacy nightmare for you and your photos. Here I am trying to post a story on my personal Facebook, and what am I met with? This screen. Allow cloud processing to get creative ideas made for you from your camera roll. Doesn't that sound great? Sign me up, I thought. Let me give you a little background on what this means. If you click allow, you're essentially giving Meta AI access to your photos, the entirety of them, on your camera roll. The private ones that you haven't even uploaded. This raises a big privacy flag for me. Do you remember when Meta's AI accidentally exposed people's very private and sensitive chats? Now imagine that same AI going through your photos and then a glitch like that happens. Or worse. I have questions. First of all, who has access to these scanned photos? How long does Meta keep them? Could they possibly end up getting leaked, just like the chatbot conversations? Here's the thing, guys. You're not just handing over one photo. You're potentially giving Meta's AI access to your entire life in photos. And of course they say it's for convenience. And of course they're going to say it's to help you create and edit photos. And that's potentially true. But think about what you're giving up. So before you tap allow, I want you to really read the prompt and understand what cloud processing really involves. Honestly, this could be Meta's next privacy disaster. Don't let your photos be part of it. Stay vigilant, stay informed.
Man, we sure do live in some weird times, don't we? Like always, let me know what you think about this story in the comment section below. Okay, so this next video I found, this woman explains that Facebook actually has a patent for a technology that allows your microphone to listen to your environment, and it's so good that it knows exactly what you're watching on TV.
Your phone is totally spying on you. Part 4. Facebook got a patent a couple years ago that says they can figure out what you're watching on TV by turning on the microphone and listening in the background. They use what's called audio fingerprinting to do something like what you're used to with Shazam. They listen to the sounds that are coming from these devices in the background, match it up against a database, and then know what you're paying attention to. They can also tell who your internet service provider or your cable provider is and cross-reference it. So even if they can't hear the sound, if they can tell the TV is on and they know what time of day it is and they know who your cable provider is, they can put that all together and then determine what you're watching. That then goes into your profile to determine what your interests are, what you like, maybe what ads you want to see. As always, the sources are in my bio link, a link to an article, and the actual patent itself.
Yeah, that's unsettling. And the fact that she has the patent to back it up makes this just undeniable at this point. But yet there's still people that are going to deny it. Like the next two people I'm going to show you who swear up and down that Facebook is not spying, it can't spy, there's nothing to worry about, it's just a coincidence.
More unlearning. Facebook is not spying on your phone's audio. TikTok is not listening to you through your phone. And I'm not saying they wouldn't. Every chance a big tech company has had to do the wrong thing, they've jumped on it. They're not doing it because they can't. They would have to take the audio 24 hours a day from every single user's phone and upload and store it without anybody noticing. At that scale, you're talking about an incredible amount of data. They would have to identify everybody's unique voice and filter out all background noise, process this unbelievable amount of data into transcript, sort that to only products that are currently being advertised, and then boom, charge slightly more. The funniest part to me is the belief that they could tell what you're actually saying. For my videos, I use automatic text transcription, and I have to correct words in every single sentence. And that's one voice speaking clearly into a professional microphone, and it has to be accurate. If it thinks I said, I want a Casper mattress, but what I actually said is, I've got a kiss for Matt's ass, then it's wasting time and money telling Casper and not telling Matt. He deserves to know. I think the reason this myth is so pervasive is because the true answer sucks. The actual answer is that it's just a coincidence. I know, it's a terrible answer, but it's actually what's happening. Most ads are super irrelevant to you, and so you just have a little ad blocker in your brain where you don't see them. You probably saw that same mattress ad every day for a year, but the day you discussed a mattress and then you saw it, you were like, they really got me figured out. Now, I have to go. I have a lot of important things to work out with Matt.
Facebook doesn't listen to your phone or any other devices because they don't have to, and now we have a better understanding of why. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm a technology educator, and I work on the intersection between technology and humanity. If you follow me on this app or any other social media, you will have heard me say this before, that Facebook doesn't listen to your devices because it doesn't have to. Now, this always brings up the same responses, which is, but when I was talking about this really obscure thing, just after that, Facebook was able to surface content about that, and there's no other way they could have done that except if they were listening to my device. To which I've always said, that's not the case, because Facebook just has so much information about us, they're able to predict our behavior, and if they were listening, that would be a major political and business scandal, because they would be spying on people, and that is like a serious crime. But there's still been this burning question of how exactly Facebook is able to track the behavior of other apps. Well, now we have part of the answer. As part of a lawsuit against Facebook, a bunch of internal documents have been published, and some of them outline a project that Facebook was running for years, where they were basically running a man-in-the-middle attack on people's devices. That means when you are using an app, Facebook interjects itself in between your usage of the app and the app itself, so they're actually looking at your web traffic. Now, of course, this is based on internal documents that have been published in court, and there's no absolute definite proof that this happened yet, but it makes sense. And it explains a lot, and it makes it easier to answer all the people that counter my arguments with, but when I do something on one social media app, it shows up on Facebook as well. Because if they were injecting themselves into the conversation, they would know exactly what was happening. And I hate to say this, but we have to assume other apps are doing the same thing.
Okay, so this last story comes from @PriscillaCM on TikTok. And she says that my account that I made about 17 years ago has been disabled for no reason. All the memories and messages are gone. This was my #1 app to get a hold with my family. And when I read the comments, there are many people that had the exact same thing happen to them very recently. So many people lost so many important family photos. And you can just tell by reading their comments that they are heartbroken about it. One person even said that they had to hire a lawyer to get access back. So if you have a lot of important family photos on your Facebook, make sure you back that up somewhere offline ASAP, because you never know when you might not get access again. That wraps up for today's video. If you like videos like these, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching.